Generally, in any programming language, generally in any programming language, by default, each and every statement or all the statements are executed at only once. Generally, in any programming language, by default, all the statements are executed at only once. Okay, this is my Python program. By default, these all the statements are executed at only one time. Next point, if we want to execute some statements repeatedly, repeatedly or repeated number of times, or if you don't want executing, or if you want to skip the execution of some statements, in these two scenarios, we need to control the flow of the program execution. If we want to execute some statements repeatedly, if you want to skip the execution of some statements, in these two scenarios, we need to control the flow of the program execution. Here, my requirement, I don't want executing these two statements, but I want to executing these statements repeated number of times. Now here I'm taking as one number as a input, input of enter a one number. Now here I'm check the condition. If num greater than 5, then only these block of statements are executed. Or otherwise, I am taking as a while loop or for loop for I in range of that number value. That number of times this block of statements are executed. Now I am passing num value is 4. Now 4 greater than 5 condition fail. In that situation, these block of statements are not executed. Now control go to here. Range of 4 means 0 to 3. 0 to 3 means 4 times Krishna good evening message is executed. After that one by statement is executed. That means whenever first one the statement is executed, I message is printed. Now I enter the value is 4. Check the condition. 4 greater than 5. Condition fail. Then immediately control will go to here. That means this block of statements are skipping. Now range of 4 means 0 to 3. These statements are executed repeatedly 4 times. After executing this block of statements, control will go to the statement. This statement is executed one time. Okay, Shiva good morning message is skipping. Krishna good evening message is executed repeated number of times. Completed. Next one, how to control the flow of the program execution. Flow of the program execution. How to control the flow of the program execution. We can control the flow of the program execution. Flow of the program execution by using control flow statements. Control flow statements. The control flow statements. The control flow statements can be categorized into three types. First one is conditional statements, or some people are calling as a sequence statements. Second one is looping or iterative statements. Third one is jumping or transform statements. Conditional or sequence statements, looping or iterative, jumping or transform statements. Completed. Next one, elements of control flow statements. Elements of control flow statements. The elements of control flow statements are condition. Second one is block or clause. Condition, block. What is condition? Okay, in programming terminology, we are calling as a block. In SQL terminology, we are calling as a clause. Both are same. What is condition? Any expression to return the output as Boolean values like true or false. Any expression to return the output as Boolean values. The type of expressions are called conditions. Any expression to return the output as Boolean values. The type of expressions are called conditions. Now here I am taking as x comma y equal to 10 comma 3. X plus y. Now the result is 13. x minus y. Now the result is 7 x into y. The result is 30 x double equal to y. Now the result is false. X greater than y. The result is true. X less than y. Now the result is false. X and y. Now the result is 2. X or y. Now the result is 11. This is an expression. Okay, expression is nothing but it is a combination of operands and operators. Some expressions are conditions. This is the one condition. Okay, some expressions are conditions. Condition. Next note, all conditions are expressions. All conditions are expressions, but all expressions are not conditions. All conditions are expressions, but all expressions are not conditions. Next one, block or clause. In Python, the group of statements, in Python, the group of statements which are following same space indentation, in Python, the group of statements which are following same space indentation is known as a block or clause. In Python, the group of statements which are following same space indentation is known as a block or clause. In C++, for suppose here statement 1, statement 2, next one we are opening a block. That block we can return another statements. Statement A, statement B, up to so on statement Z. statement n minus 1, statement n. Okay, in C++, we can represent the group of statements within the curly braces. That is nothing but a one block. Coming to the Python, after that, we are following some space indentation. Statement Z, statement n minus 1, finally statement n. In Python, this is nothing but a block. The group of statements must begin with the same space indentation. This is nothing but a block. But in C++, the group of statements we are representing within the curly braces is nothing but a one block. Next one, conditional statements. Conditional statements. Conditional statements. These statements are used to execute the block of statements are to skip the execution of block of statements these statements are used to execute the block of statements or to skip the execution of block of statements or to execute one block of statements among from multiple blocks of statements. These statements are used to execute the block of statements or to skip the execution of block of statements or to execute one block of statements among from multiple blocks of statements. In Python, the conditional statements are like as a if else, elif else, if else, elif else. Next, awaiting if block. We can define any block. We can define any block which is preceded by if keyword. If keyword, that block is called if block. Syntax: if condition. Suppose if you want to return the single statement, directly the statement written here. If you want to take as a multiple statements, if condition statement 1, statement 2, up to so on statement n. We can define any block which is preceded by if keyword. That block is called if block. Whenever if condition is true, then only control will go to if block, and the if block logic is executed. Otherwise, control don't go to the if block. Whenever if condition is true, then only control will go to if block, and if block will be executed. Otherwise, control don't go to the if block. Start an algorithm. Next one, flowchart, decision making. If condition, whenever if condition is true, control will go to if block, and the if block logic is executed. After executing the if block, control will go to outside the if block, check the condition. Whenever this condition is true, control will go to if block and if block logic is executed. After executing the if block, control will go to outside the if block. Otherwise, whenever our if condition is failed, directly control will go to outside the if block. This is the flow chart. Okay, first one, the statement is executed. High message is executed. Next one, here I am take the number as a 3. Now check the condition. 3 greater than 5. Condition is true or false. Control will go to outside the if block. Outside the if block, this print statement is executed. In that situation, our if block logic is not executed. Whenever if block is executed, whenever our if condition is true, then only our if logic is executed. One more time trying to executing. First one, high message executed. Now I'm take the number as a 6. Now 6 greater than 5. Condition is true. Now control will go to if block and if block logic is executed, print Shiva. After executing the if block, control will go to outside the if block. Outside the if block, by statement is executed. So suppose if you want to return multiple statements, in that situation, we are follow the space indentation. If you want to write more than one statement, at that time we are following this concept, space indentation concept. Completed. తీసుకోండి నోట్ ప్యాడ్లో రాస్తే రాదు నోట్ ప్యాడ్లో మనం మాన్యువల్ సేమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ in editors take the number as a input enter your number. We can not only ideally we can using any ID either PyCharm ID or anything automatically space indentation whenever you are using colon operator, but this is a notepad. If num greater than 5, after that we are follow the space indentation manually. Go to command prompt, our file location, Python space our file name is, if for example. Next one, if else. Syntax, if condition, statement 1, statement 2, up to so on statement n, else block, statement 1, statement 2, up to so on statement n. Else block logic will be executed. Completing. Okay, post initially the statement is executed. Now I'm take the number as a 4. 4 greater than 5 condition fail. Control will go to else block and else block logic is executed. After executing the else block, control will go to outside the else block. Print by statement is executed. One more time, message is executed. Now I'm enter the value 7. Now 7 greater than 5 condition is true. Control will go to if block. Our if logic is executed. Then immediately control will go to outside the if block. By statement is executed. In that situation, else block is skipping. Completed. Next, one more example. Here I'm taking as a name as a input. Input of enter your name. Next one is input of enter your age. if age greater than or equal to 18, print that name I want to print it. Percentage yes, or otherwise simply we are calling name variable. Next one, else block. That name I want to print it. You are not eligible for voter registration. Enter the name. Now I am passing the 13. Now here condition is failed. Control go to else block and else block logic is executed. That name is printed. Now I am passing 18. 18 greater than or equal to 18. Condition is true. Now automatically we are using input function. Automatically taken as a string format. Here I am using input function. In that input function, we are passing anything as a input that automatically taken as a string format. Your assignment question. Write a program to check whether given number is even or odd. Write a program to check whether given number is even or odd. For suppose input I am passing 5. In that situation, odd number I want to print it. For suppose I am passing the input number is 8. At that time I want to print a even number. Next another question. Write a program to check whether given string object is palindrome string or not. With the ignore the cases. With the ignore the cases also. Write a program to check whether given string is palindrome string or not. With the ignore the cases. input string, reverse order of the string, result. Okay, palindrome means the reverse order of that string is equal to same string. That string is nothing but a palindrome string. Now I am passing my input string is Shiva. My reverse order is AVIS. Both are not equal, not a palindrome. Next one I am taking as a madam. Now the reverse order is also madam. Now it is a palindrome. For suppose I am passing. Now the reverse order. In that situation also I want to ignoring the cases. Actually these two are not a palindrome strings. But I want to ignore in the case and I want to check whether. Completed. Next assignment. Write a program. Take the input as a character. Take the input as a character to check whether that character is alphabet or not. Alphabet or not without using any built-in method. Without using built-in method. Write a program. Take the input as a character to check whether that character is alphabet or not without using any built-in methods. For suppose I am passing E. Now it is a alphabet. That message I want to print it. For suppose I am passing capital R. In that situation also it is printed alphabet. For suppose I am passing for not a alphabet. Now I am passing at the rate. In that situation also not a alphabet. If anybody any doubt, please clarify your doubts.